This week's theme is energy in chemical reactions. Last week you worked with heat in various vessels, but you didn't have a chemical reaction. This week you'll make some heat using a chemical reaction. Each table will have granulated zinc, 6 molar hydrochloric acid. Use your digital thermometer. It's not attached to an iPad, doesn't need to be. We'll run the reactions in styrofoam cups. That'll help insulate, keep the heat in. You'll also have a piece of plastic wrap that can go over the top of the cup, and you can use a rubber band. So it has a lid, you can still see inside, and you can stick your thermometer right through the top to get a reading. You'll have a tray of Lego models to help you figure out what happens in the reaction. Remember that these caps represent electrons that could be removed. Could be removed, like that. You'll be using another type of model today as well. This is for modeling transfer of joules. So these beads will represent varying number of joules. You'll have a template like this that represent the grams of water. You should remember from last week that it takes 4 joules to raise a gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. The hydrochloric acid you're using has been diluted with water, so it's mostly water, and we're going to pretend that for the joule calculations that it's just water that we're heating up. The little beads will represent 4 joules. The bigger beads, 40 joules. In your reactions, you'll see the temperature changes. So if the temperature went up 1 degree, that means this gram of water needs to receive 4 joules. If it gets 2 of those, it goes up 2 degrees. If it gets big and too small, remember that's 40 joules, 44, 48. That means it goes up 12 degrees. So essentially these beads will mark the temperature change in your reaction. It's important to recognize that all the water molecules got heated up together. So if this one went up 12 degrees, so did its neighbor, so did its neighbor, so did its neighbor. In the end, you want to be able to count how many total joules were here in the water. Your instruction page will discuss hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is what's called diatomic. Here are 2 atoms of hydrogen represented in 3 different models. I'm hoping you remember the idea that these atoms will bond together to create a molecule. So we can represent the molecule like this, or using these grippers like that. So please, today, use the Legos this way. Remember that the calculators are down low on the crossbars. You can find them. When your experiment is complete, please put your leftover acid in the collection beaker on the buffet table.